Another example that I use just because I spent some time leading marketing at was General Assembly sold for, or at least their online programs, sold for $400 million. And you may have heard about General Assembly as the first company to invent kind of the boot camp. And one point, the coding boot camp, and one point I wanted to make that's interesting is that the product that General Assembly was offering was at its core resources that were basically available for free on the internet, like principally Ruby on Rails tutorials, like how to build your first app in Ruby on Rails that are available as like nice free PDFs. And so they didn't even really have to build that much product, but they decided they had this idea to create a new category of a class and in-person instruction and online instruction, and instead of charging nothing or a small amount for it, they could charge $18,000 per student for this product that otherwise in another form was really available for free on the internet, and could build a business that they could sell for $400 million, which I think is pretty amazing. And it's a little bit product positioning, like positioning this product as being worth $18,000. It's a little bit pricing, just charging $18,000 for it. And it's a little bit category creation, which is inventing this idea of a boot camp. Like instead of learning to code by yourself at home, you should take a structured class, or going to university for a lot of money. You should spend less money than a university in a shorter amount of time, but still pay a lot of money, still pay more than free, and learn with a few other people from a teacher. And so they were able to build a pretty big business there. And then Socrata, this is a company that I was one of the earliest employees at and helped launch. Basically, we built a product similar to Airtable, but back in 2007. And our original idea was to build a general purpose web spreadsheet and database product. And that product kind of failed because this was actually at a time before even Google Spreadsheets existed. But there wasn't enough sort of market pull from the category. And what we found through some of our early users who were using the product the most heavily were in government. And then we came up with this category called a data publishing platform that we built into like a pretty good business, and to sell for in the area of 150 million in 2018, which was a software product sold almost exclusively to various governments, both different countries' governments and also within the United States at the federal level, and also at the state and city government level, for governments to publish data. And at that time, a lot of cities and countries, there were new laws and new initiatives that required them to publish various data about health or crime or housing or anything like that. And so we were able to build this kind of brand new category of product that created a pretty good business, whereas we failed at building just a general purpose web spreadsheet, which was a category that already existed and people were trying to build. And in fact, if we had made more progress on that, we definitely would have been failed even worse when Google Spreadsheets came out. So I'm jumping around a little bit now to a couple of other companies that I know well that are just really global. And Shyft is this company that's a platform for corporate relocation, for moving, for physical moves. And what's interesting is that they're headquartered in San Francisco. They've always been global. Almost all their employees are in Serbia. So not even a traditional hotspot of, say, outsourcing engineering. And it's not even just engineering in Serbia. It's a lot of the non-engineering people, and the founder is incredibly resourceful to like just find this hub nearby to Turkey, actually, where there were a lot of people who were really smart and energetic and hungry and wanted to help build a big company. And he's even bought like a large building there where they could all work out a whole campus. And one of the lead investors is in Miami, not in Silicon Valley. And the CEO actually flies Turkish Airlines, I mean, not since COVID, but before that for years, from San Francisco to Serbia every month. And that's how he's building a global company that is a top tier company. And then the